The Kansas City Chiefs are well aware that every NFL team is chasing them. After winning the Super Bowl the past 2 seasons, they're now on a mission to make history with a 3rd consecutive title. Despite a perfect 7-0 start, the Chiefs have been dealing with multiple injuries across their roster, prompting them to make several trades. Last week, they added veteran playmaker DeAndre Hopkins from the Tennessee Titans, addressing a critical need for depth on offense. On Monday, they further strengthened their roster, acquiring edge rusher Josh Uche to bolster their defensive front. Rather than settling with their current lineup, the Chiefs may continue to pursue trades before the November 5th trade deadline. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports that the Kansas City Chiefs are exploring the cornerback market after Jaylen Watson's season-ending fibula and tibia fractures. With Watson out, the Chiefs are evaluating options to reinforce their secondary. Although Fowler didn't specify potential trade targets, it's likely Kansas City is considering its secondary depth. Najee Johnson replaced Watson in Week 8 against the Raiders, but is now in concussion protocol. Injuries are a reality in the NFL, and the Chiefs' proactive approach shows they're determined to stay prepared as they chase another title. The Chiefs traded for pass rusher Joshua Uche from the New England Patriots on Monday. In exchange, the Patriots received a 2026 6th-round draft pick, while the Chiefs placed tight end Jody Fortson on injured reserve to make room on the roster. The Chiefs continue to strengthen their roster ahead of the NFL trade deadline, pulling off a major move to acquire Josh Uche for just a 2026 6th-round pick. Chiefs fans are thrilled to see their undefeated team get even stronger, and it's clear the front office isn't willing to coast. General Manager Brett Veach and his team are fully committed to making Kansas City the first NFL team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. This aggressive approach is impressive to watch for Chiefs fans, as it echoes the dominance the Patriots once held in the league. Sustained success like Kansas City's tends to invite scrutiny and challenges from other teams, all eager to see the reigning champs stumble. Regarding Uche's role, it was clear a trade was on the horizon when he was held out as a healthy scratch for the Patriots last game. Known as a situational pass rusher, Uche has a solid 72.7 pass rush grade from PFF, ranking him 25th out of 190 edge rushers this season. In 2022, he was even more effective, finishing 11th out of 203 with an 87.8 grade. While Uche may not be an every down player, his impact on passing downs will create significant pressure on opposing quarterbacks. His addition could also help with the concerns about the Chiefs' secondary, enhancing their already formidable defense. Uche, who was a healthy scratch during the Patriots' 25-22 win over the Jets, has recorded 2 sacks in 6 games this season, bringing his career total to 20.5. The 26-year-old linebacker re-signed with the Patriots on a 1-year, $3 million deal and will enter free agency after this season. This is Kansas City's second major trade this season after acquiring wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins from the Titans last week. The Chiefs, who defeated the Raiders 27-20 on Sunday, had 5 sacks from 5 different players in that game. Uche joins a formidable Chiefs defense, ranks 2nd in the NFL, and bolsters a lineup that includes pass rushers George Karlaftis, Mike Dana, and Felix Onaduke-Uzama, with Charles Omenihu expected back later in the season after recovering from an ACL tear in last year's AFC Championship game. Uche was originally drafted by the Patriots in the 2nd round of the 2020 draft out of Michigan. The Kansas City Chiefs have exceeded fan expectations this season. They found out ways to grind out tough wins, sometimes showing flashes of their dominant past, relying heavily on an elite defense, and staying undefeated despite key injuries. At 7-0, a three-peat feels well within reach, but General Manager Brett Veach isn't sitting back. With players like Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Isaiah Pacheco, and now Jaylen Watson dealing with injuries, the Chiefs have taken an aggressive approach to fill their gaps. Through signings and trades, including recent deals for DeAndre Hopkins and Josh Uche, Kansas City has made it clear they're all in for another title run. And with the trade deadline on November 5th approaching fast, more moves could be in the works. Multiple reports hint that Kansas City is actively exploring the cornerback market, with ESPN's Jeremy Fowler noting that the Chiefs are open to adding a cornerback and consider former Chiefs player like Steven Nelson or Marcus Peters. A major name in trade speculation has been New Orleans Saints veteran Marshawn Lattimore. The Saints may consider moving the 4-time Pro Bowler due to salary cap issues, though a hamstring injury has complicated things. If he passes a physical, Lattimore could be an ideal fit for the Chiefs, as he's allowing a career-low opposing quarterback rating of 69.1 this season, and has yet yet to allow a touchdown in 257 coverage snaps. Adding Lattimore to Steve Spagnuolo's defense can make the Chiefs nearly unstoppable. With Patrick Mahomes leading the offense, a championship-caliber defense on the other side could be the final piece in the Chiefs' pursuit of another Super Bowl. Expect a bigger role for DeAndre Hopkins in his second game with the Kansas City Chiefs. Head coach Andy Reid has high hopes for Hopkins, who played 22 snaps in the Chiefs' recent win over the Las Vegas Raiders, despite joining the team only 3 days earlier. In total, Hopkins saw 32.4% of Kansas City's offensive snaps, ran 14 routes, and caught 2 of 3 targets for 29 yards. Now, he's settling in with his 4th NFL team, moving from a struggling Tennessee Titans squad to the league's only undefeated team. Hopkins, who had 15 receptions for 173 yards and a touchdown in 6 games with Tennessee, is the Chiefs' latest attempt to strengthen a wide receiver core that suffered setbacks. Marquise Brown, brought in during the offseason, is on injured reserve alongside Rashee Rice, who was emerging as a top target. With 5 Pro Bowls and 3 All-Pro selections, Hopkins brings a stellar resume. Although his prime may have passed, he still has the skill to spark the Chiefs' offense. Last season, he caught 3 touchdowns from Will Levis in the QB's debut, so there's plenty of optimism for his impact with Patrick Mahomes. Hopkins' next opportunity comes against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that's struggled lately, allowing an average of 36 points in their past 2 losses and ranking 29th in passing yards allowed. With the favorable matchup, Hopkins is well positioned to make a more significant impact in his second game with Kansas City. A lot of people were surprised to see Brett Veach make another trade, but this is exactly what he needed to do to push this team in the right direction. The Kansas City Chiefs are 7-0 and have yet to play football to their highest level, I would say. They are dealing with a ton of injuries and there's a ton of gaps across the field on both sides of the ball. And both of these moves are significant because they help impact exactly what is needed. The Chiefs needed depth at wide receiver, so they added an all-pro talent like DeAndre Hopkins, and the Chiefs needed help with their defense. A lot of people expected them to go with a cornerback, but Josh Uche, a top-tier pass rusher, is extremely valuable to Steve Spagnuolo's defense, a defense that's top 2 in the league already. He is going to be dominant in his run with the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of people are expecting the Chiefs to make another move, maybe for a cornerback, and I would agree the Chiefs definitely need cornerback depth at the moment. Jalen Watson was having a great start to his season, and unfortunately he is not going to be playing the rest of the year. And Najee Johnson on concussion protocol. Some guys gotta step up, but if the Chiefs can get a free agent or even a trade, that would be extremely helpful for the team. Overall, Brett Veach is doing exactly what he needs to do. He's proving that he is the best general manager in the league. He makes the right moves when he needs to, and he puts the right players on this lineup to succeed. Whether it's in the draft, free agency, or through a trade, Brett Veach is always getting the job done. Let me know down below what you guys think of these trades. Josh Uche is a very underrated trade. I know a lot of Chiefs fans who are excited about him, but there's also a lot of people who didn't even know who he was. Adding an elite pass rusher like him to an already elite pass rush is going to help out the Chiefs defense a ton, and hopefully we'll see more of DeAndre Hopkins against the Bucs on prime time. Let me know down below what you think of these trades, and if you made it this far and you haven't already, make sure you go down below and you subscribe and you turn the notification bell on so you never miss a Chiefs video or any video at all. Leave a like as well. I greatly do appreciate it, and I'll see y'all on the next one.